Hello guys, my name is Fikram Ahmad Fauzan. I'm an exchange student hosted in Belgium. I come from Indonesia. So, I live in this city called Ypres. This historical city is located in West Flanders. People in West Flanders, they speak Dutch, but with a very distinctive dialect called West Flemish or West Vlaams. So, why am I telling you all of these things? Because today, right now, I'm gonna try to share some tips on how to speak Dutch with that particular dialect. So without a further ado, let's get started.
Tip number 1. The pronunciation of infinitive verbs.
The first is the pronunciation of infinitive verbs. The way the West Flemish pronounce infinitive verbs is very typical, trust me. It's not like any other dialect in other regions or provinces in Belgium. For example, this verb. In Mooi Nederlands or proper Dutch, you pronounce this verb eten. Eten. Come on, give it a try. Eten. But in West Flemish, they pronounce it a bit differently. Like eten. Eten. Another example is the Dutch word for to take, which is pakken. Pakken. But in West Flemish, you pronounce it pakken. Pakken. To give you another example of the West Flemish pronunciation of an infinitive verb, pay attention to what my friend Olivia is going to say.
And so yesterday, I was like saying, Allee, ben je nu een video aan het maken?
Ben je nu een video aan het maken?
Maar alsjeblieft, maar hou, stop gewoon een keer.
Tip number 2. The word we.
Next, Dutch speakers often say the word horse, which means you know. So in English, you say, hey Fikram, it's beautiful, you know. In Dutch, you would say, hey Fikram, het is mooi hoor. But the thing is, in West Flemish, you don't really say horse. Instead, you say we. So instead of saying het is mooi hoor, you say het is mooi hè. And actually, you can use the word we as often as you want. Even when your friend is about to fall into the river.
Help me!
Nee, Marco is vallen!
Maar ja, het is niet erg hè.
Hoor je alleen maar gewoon te kakken?
Tip number 3. The pronunciation of long a.
Alright, the next thing is the pronunciation of long a. So in Dutch, you pronounce a long a bit longer. So for example, West Flemish in Dutch is called West Vlaams. So as you can see, the word Vlaams has two A's. So and you pronounce those A's one sound but long. So Vlaams, not Vlaams, but Vlaams. So in West Flemish, you pronounce that long a as a. Well, sort of. For example, West Vlaams is West Vlaams. Or kaas, which means cheese. You pronounce it in West Flemish koos. Word maar, which means however, or I don't know, this word means lots of things. So yeah, what you have to know is you pronounce it in Dutch maar, but in West Flemish you pronounce it mo. Like instead of doe maar, you say doe mo. Or pak maar, you say pak mo. And here's how you apply this thing in real life.
Sabelleke. Mag ik een beetje bier alsjeblieft?
Ja, pak me.
Dank u wel.
Tip number 4. How to pronounce doorgaan en gewoon.
The next is the pronunciation of these two particular words. They are doorgaan and gewoon. So in proper Dutch, you pronounce those two words as doorgaan and gewoon. In West Flemish, you don't pronounce doorgaan and gewoon. Instead, you pronounce those two words as doorgaan and gewoon, or gewoon. And if you ask me why Flemish people pronounce those two words that way, well, I'm sorry dude, I don't know. That's how they speak.
Hoe laat is het?
Ik weet niet.
Monsieur Giesen. Ah, hier. Allee jong, het is al 4 uur. Wil je deuren gaan naar het station?
Je moet gewoon fietsen.
Tip number 5. Dutchanize French words.
For those who don't know where West Flanders is, West Flanders is quite close to France. Well, I guess. What I'm trying to say is, in West Flemish, you use lots of Dutchanized French words. What the heck does Dutchanized French words mean? Dutchanized French words are originally French words, but you pronounce them in a Dutch way, if that makes sense. For example, the word thank you in French, which is merci. Well, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. So in West Flemish, you just pronounce it merci. It's like with the Spanish R. So merci. And also the word hello or goodbye in French, which is salut. Salut or salut. Oh, whatever. In a Dutch way, you pronounce a salut as salutjes or salucus. Or, well, you can say the word salut. So, instead of saying dank u wel and dag, you should use the words merci and salutjes.
Hey Marco, ik ga naar huis. Merci voor de cola. Hè.
Thanks, niece.
Salutjes Marco.
Salut.
Tip number 6. The word aller.
And the last, to make your West Flemish sound even more convincing, you should use the word alle as often as possible.
Allee, vandaag had ik 8 tot 10 op de toets. En allee, het is echt slecht. En allee, ik wou meer. En allee, waarom is nu Isabel daar? Ze is aan het slapen. Allee, hou, we zijn hier alle samen. Allee, kom, we gaan nu naar haar. Kom. Allee.
So, that's it. Those are all the tips on how to speak West Flemish. And if you think you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up. And please subscribe if you want me to make another video about West Flemish. And if you think it's worth sharing, please share it on Facebook or Twitter or any social media you like. And for the next video, I think I'm gonna play a game with my friends, which is still related to West Flemish. Curious? But until then, stay awesome. Bye!
Behind the scene.
Action.
Help me!
Oh no, Marco is a fun.
Wat is niet erg, hè?
Hey, come on meisje, let's help.